Welcome to theGarageEngineer.com. The video you're about to watch is actually a companion video. In this video, we'll be building what I call a hybrid style of sign, where we use the CNC machine and we do some routing by hand. The first video that is the companion to this is creating a base for the router. And then this video is going to be the actual making of the sign. So if you like this video or are interested in about the DeWalt 611 router base, you can check out the other video that we have. I'll have a link to that video in the description. Enjoy. Welcome to theGarageEngineer.com. Today we're going to be building a sign, but we're going to use a technique I like to use. It's kind of a hybrid model where you use part with a CNC machine and part you're going to manually doing some routing techniques. Here's our sign layout and easel that we're going to be engraving today. This will be the CNC part of the engraving, and we'll do the hand routing later. In our CNC setup, we're going to about to cut out for the sign. We've got our 3/4 inch MDF. It's screwed down to the waste board, and then we got a 1/4 inch upcut bit. It's 2 flutes, and we are going to cut it out and then go from there, go to the hand routing part. Here's the final result. It came out pretty good. The only thing I don't like about the upcut bit is, you can see, upcut means that when it cuts, it pushes upwards and leaves all this fuzziness on the on MDF. But not a problem. You take a little sanding, but overall the results came out just fine. We'll cut it out of the tabs and we'll get it up on the workbench. We need to knock out the tabs, the holding tabs on here. We just got a chisel. We're going to do a little knocking out here. We had a little alignment issue here on the back side. I don't think my table is perfectly level, so we had to cut out a little bit with a razor blade. And that's it. We'll have to fix that later. Other than that, there's the sign. So like I was saying before, to get the fuzziness out of here, I like to just take a block with sandpaper, kind of go over the top of it, and I'll get most of it. We'll get the rest of it later. Let me get the router out and we'll start doing some hand routing. Alright, so here's our setup here. We've got our palm router with our base that we built, it has our handles here, and then I added a 1/4 inch, I don't know if you can see that, 1/4 inch round nose bit, and that's what we're going to do to get out to make our detail. We're going to recess all this area by hand, and we're going to give a kind of a textured feel to the background. It's kind of like the old bronze sign. So what we'll do now is we'll get that set up and then we'll go from there. But first I'm going to set the depth of the bit to bottom out. And it's going to raise up just a little bit, and then I'll come back just a little bit to bring it up off the ground. So we'll test it there and see how that goes. And then we will we'll make adjustments as we go. So when I start, I want to lift it up like one side at an angle and then slowly let it down and just hold on real tight to it. So let's give it a try. So I'm going to bring you in closer here. So you see how I'm making the random patterns? I'm not going just back and forth like the CNC machine would with just standard instructions. I'm giving it texture and routing out the different in different patterns. So that's what's going to make it more organic looking. So I'm going to continue that, and when I get farther along, I'll bring it back in. There you go. That's most of it. See, I was doing random patterns, going up and down, circular motions. You don't want to go just perfectly back and forth. You want to get a random detail, kind of a wormy look. There's a few areas that need to be touched up, like right here. Anywhere where you have the predefined CNC lines here, you need to kind of blend that in. But so there's a lot of little touch-ups here and there. But this is pretty much the general idea of what you're going for to give that hammered look for a background. So, and then what we're going to do is probably paint the background black, and then haven't decided what colors to paint the letters and the sun. Sun probably going to be yellow with a little bit of orange accents, and then farmhouse will just be a certain one color. It might just be white, and then the border will match whatever the color is. Other than that, it's looking pretty good. Alright, now we're at the point that we're going to spray paint the background, and then we're going to wipe as much of the paint off on the lettering and the border and the sun, and we'll sand that off, whatever we can't get off. So let's get painting here. So that should do that. So now we'll just go around and take a rag. Let's see what we can get off. If we can't get much of it off, well, we'll get as much as we can off, like with a dry rag, and then we'll go back with paint thinner or acetone and clean up the rest of it. And then what we can't get off, we'll sand the rest of it off. Alright, so it's been overnight. Let the background dry. We're going to go take it on, put it on the workbench, and we're going to paint up the rest of the lettering and the border and the sun. So let's do that now. We're back in the workshop now, and we're going to start working on some of the detailed painting on our sign. Let's get it set up right there so you guys can see. Guess we'll start. I like to start from the inside and work my way out so I don't get paint on my hand as I'm working out. We're going to put for the sun some King's Gold. It's just basic acrylic paint. We can squirt some on our palette there, but we can go ahead and squirt some there. Change of plans. I think the paint that we were using earlier was either old or cheap and watery. So at lunch I went out and bought some new paint that we're going to use on the sign. Here we have the sign. We left off. It's dried already, but see the black is still coming through there. I just think that paint was just old and watery, so we're going to throw that away. Got some new. This is going to be for the darker detail, the shadowing effect, but we got some good acrylic, and I really like this paint. It's a lot better quality than some of the cheaper stuff. This is the final product. I liked how the project turned out, and this is what I like to call hybrid woodworking, where you get a combination of CNC with hand routing to give a more organic look, and then you get your final product. Thanks for joining me as we build this sign together. If you like this video and like to see more, hit the subscribe button. And if you like how this video turned out, hit the thumbs up. I appreciate it. And talk to you soon.